Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Ketmia.
And welcome to this explosive episode
Ooh.
of the This and That Chat.
This sounds like we're on a reality TV show. Every time that they introduce a reality TV, it's like the most explosive episode you've ever seen.
Chris Harrison. I couldn't think of his name.
Well, it's not only him. They
I know,
do that
but
in every
he's like,
show.
this is the most dramatic episode of The
most dramatic
Bachelorette.
season.
The most dramatic season.
Listen, no lie. We are reality TV junkies. I'm not ashamed of it.
No shame at all.
Now, I think that there are two schools of reality TV. You know, you've got like the people who follow the Kardashians, and then there's people who do different kind of reality TV. Because I feel like Kardashian TV goes along with
It's a different
Love Island.
Yeah, it's
and
a different reality.
I think
TV.
different reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I know like we enjoy watching Survivor. Big Brother. I like Amazing Race. I know you're not super fan of Amazing Race, but
I enjoy it, but like you could watch the seasons over and over.
Because there's some good seasons. There's some good. I mean, everybody has seen the meme of the girl getting hit in the face with a watermelon. We saw that happen on Amazing Race. Nikki and I are huge fans.
So
we will be on the Amazing Race in 2032.
You're now that'll be interesting. Yeah, we like the competition shows.
Yes, and it's a little drama.
Competition reality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah. Because what else? I mean, our guilty pleasure for many, many years was The Bachelor series and The Bachelorette. Okay,
it was a competition,
and I do not want to get, controversial. Blah blah blah. I just have to say, goodbye, Bachelor, Bachelorette franchise. Chris Harrison said he's gone forever. That's it. Show's over. So that's all I have to say about it. I will say no more. Not a single word. The end. Not watching it anymore. The end. But yes.
Other reality. We're actually really excited because this week we've got 2 of our shows that are coming back.
Oh, well, we haven't gone through all of our shows. Like, what is it that the Zamoras like to watch, right? Because I don't know what other couples do on their, okay. I actually was thinking about this today. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. So you got to keep me kind of grounded so we can finish the thoughts we were having, okay? And this is going to tie into this.
21 years. And I have yet to be able to wrangle your insanity.
You are Wile E. Coyote, so you have to set up some sort of a trap, a net, or something.
For you to blow it up in my face?
I'd say try.
It is an explosive episode.
Thank you. You were not lying. So I was thinking about, I was going to say the reality TV shows. Dang it. You made me lose my train of thought. Oh, what do couples do? Okay, so I was thinking today. I was told once by someone, and I'm pretty sure that they were joking, okay? Maybe they were being serious. You know how sometimes you give like some harsh truth and then you put a little LOL at the end of it? Mm-hmm. I detest so much when people text like that, okay? Because you know that they're throwing a jab and then they're LOLing you.
Well, it's easy. It's easy to throw a jab at somebody. And be like, I'm just kidding.
And you don't really know, like, why did you say it like that? Mm-hmm. Okay. But anyway, I digress. I was thinking about how this person said to me that our relationship was sickening.
Yours and mine?
Yes.
Really?
It was like, you guys make me sick with all your like, I love you and I do everything with you.
You can't say who?
I can't say who. No. In this show, we protect our sources. We're like news people who protect our sources. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're gonna leave it there.
Okay.
We're gonna call them no one. I couldn't think of a name. Anyway, they said that, right? And they said it in a joking way, but then I sort of took a step back and I was like, are you saying that joking, or are you kind of like throwing something maybe because you're jealous,
You're
or
making me hold back my comment because
no, you can say your
I
comment. You don't know who
it
it's
is.
for.
Yeah.
You don't know who it's for, but I thought, well, in many ways, I wonder if that is how we come across. Okay, is that it's too sticky sweet, you know? It's too much, and then it made me think. I don't know why I even thought about this week, but it made me think about when we first got together. Okay, and I remember how the people we had around us, who were like our friends, quote unquote, everybody was like, Peter, you have to have a boys' night out. And they were telling me, you have to have a girls' night out. You can't do everything together. Okay. And actually, one of my sisters for a long, long time told me the same thing, that it wasn't right, like, or it wasn't healthy for me to do everything with you. Um, and, and I was thinking, I mean, if that's what I want to do, why is that bad? And it's funny because then she found her soulmate. She found a man who she wants to do everything with, and then years and years later, she told me I was wrong, and I understand now what it is that you have. So I don't know, what is it that couples do when they spend time together. I'm sure that, everybody's got like their rhythm and their thing. But for us, if if someone came to question us about a crime and said, what were you doing 4 months ago on this night? We would be like, wait, was that Master Chef night? Or
is that Big Brother?
Was it?
No, wait,
we were
I think
watching Big Brother.
That's eviction night. No, hold on, no. That was double eviction night because so and so got kicked out because of
we would measure. I thought about that. We would measure what were we doing by what we were watching, because that's what we do to do our time. I know that there's people who like to get out and they like to do stuff, and you can keep all of that. That's not us. That's not our scene. I don't enjoy the big crowds. I don't enjoy, going out doing things. I mean, I think we talked about that in one of the episodes, that just even driving far for a restaurant, it's like, it was a nice thought.
Well, even when we go to Naples, our favorite spot, we're very selective in what we do because we don't want to be in the crowd.
And another thing I think about, right, is just how I think that when people hang around us a lot, like you and I are very talkative, we make friends. I think we make conversation easily. That's what I wanted to say. We make conversation easily. But for me anyway, I don't know about you, but like for me, it does take intentionality on my part to do that.
I agree with that.
I don't know that it's hard for you. Do you feel like it's hard for you? Like, okay, I have to have a conversation and all that stuff, because people can be very draining for me, because I'm not a social butterfly. So it's one of those things where,
I mean, I could get into a conversation with somebody and I can sit in that conversation for a little while and then kind of just want to get out, but then I'm kind of stuck sometimes.
Right. But I feel like on the opposite end of that, that's where I find myself a lot of times when I go to a baby shower or a bridal shower or something like that, where I'm by myself without you. Okay.
Thank
It literally
God.
feels what?
Thank God.
No, you get to be spared of those
I
things.
know. I don't want
okay?
to go to any baby showers or
But and
bridal
listen, like
showers.
a lot of these ladies who I get invited to their stuff, like I love them and I love their families and all of that stuff. But I always feel terrible that I feel like I have to look for a face that I know, and then I just sit with them the rest of the time. And I always feel terrible, like I latched on to someone who maybe didn't want to have a latch on. And I
Or
just
maybe
latched
they
on.
just needed somebody to sit with.
But I just, I admire people who can walk into a room and it's like I can talk to anybody. I'm energized by people. That to me, that's wow.
We know a couple of people.
Yes, and I always feel dazzled by them because to me, it's
But
I would rather not be invited to stuff. Somebody actually told me, if you keep saying no every time you get invited, people are going to stop inviting you.
is that the trick?
And I was like, yeah, I told them, yeah, I figured that, you know, and I never feel like, wow, so and so is having a shindig, and I didn't get an invite. I'd rather not be invited than have to say,
I can't go because of whatever.
yeah, because what I really want to say sometimes, right, and that's like the other thing is saying what you really want to say. Everybody says, yes, speak your truth. But the problem is nobody wants to hear your truth. So it's very hard to say, yeah, I really don't want to go. Like, I really just want to stay on my couch and watch something and stay inside. I
The
don't want to
problem,
socialize.
yeah, the reason, like for me,
And that doesn't make you antisocial. That's what
I
I'm
know.
saying.
See,
That,
the thing for me is, like, my work week is so heavily involved with dealing.
laborious.
Well, not only that,
We continue with our words.
that's the hard
for
work.
June, July.
That's the hard work stuff, right? But
Mhm.
the dealing with people all day long
Mhm.
for 12 hours, like there's a point where I'm just like, I don't want to see another face. I just want to stop. And like this past week we found a new reality show that we were watching, and it actually was born out of
Us watching the fights.
watching UFC fights, and we hadn't we had never seen The Ultimate Fighter, and we just picked the season and we went through it and we really, really enjoyed it. And like I just wanted to come, like we were looking for, we even sent like texts to each other, like we're looking forward to just watching these people beat each other up, like we just, that was going to be our chance to just I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, like just like release the day. And it was different for you than it was for me because you were doing school and you were finishing up anatomy, which we need to talk about. But like there was so much that was going on, like that's our escape. And then this upcoming week I have a really big week with a lot of stuff that's going on, and I'm looking forward to, is it Wednesday night, the first show? On the 7th, so Wednesday night. So the first episode of Big Brother coming back, because we really didn't have one during the pandemic. It was kind of iffy.
We had one that was terrible.
It was iffy. But like it's coming back, and like I'm excited because we're gonna have that show that you have to keep up with.
The summer and fall is really when it gets really full for us in those things. But like I was gonna say that you mentioned the word escape. I see it more of it's our downtime. It's something that you and I do together. We enjoy. I love the conversation that happens while we're watching it and we're making comments and placing bets on who's going to do what or who's going to win and stuff like that. So I feel that I don't feel like it's an escape from reality,
No,
because I've heard
mean it.
people say
I
that
didn't mean it as an escape from reality.
right, and then I feel like you get judged harshly if that's what it is for you, but I think other people, they go fishing. Other people go maybe out to a club or whatever, whatever it is that you do that you feel like this is my downtime. That's what it is for us, and I enjoy it very much. And I was thinking, like, we do have friends who do invite us to socialize, and I do love them so much for it, because even though we're not the, hey, man, I really want to get invited somewhere this weekend.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But these are people that we love the fact that they include us, that they invite us, that they want to spend time with us. And it's good for us, because a lot of times I feel like we get ourselves like, yes, we want to go see you, right? And then day of, this is honest truth, right? I'm waiting for the text that says, hey, we need to reschedule. Okay.
Hoping for it.
Okay. And
we've
for
gone.
the friends who who you are, who you invite us, okay, to socialize with you. Okay. This is, honest to God, a battle that we have, right? Where we're saying, I hope they cancel, and then they don't cancel, right? And it's like, oh my God, am I ready to socialize, right? And then when we get there, the moment we get into the car, every single time without fail, what is it that you and I say? We needed that.
Yeah, we needed that. It was exactly
what we needed. And it was so much fun, and I'm so glad that I came. So I think that maybe that's just like an introvert personality kind of thing, where you do want to make plans, and then you kind of want to back out of them, because when the moment arrives, that was like you had a moment of extrovertedness when you said yes. But I am grateful for them that they still draw us out, because then when we're with them, I feel like the best of us comes out. And it's very refreshing and refueling to be with them. So
I personally think that they know that about us.
I don't know, because I feel like if the wrong person hears this, they will be like, we're never inviting the Zamoras again. But that's not who we're talking about. Yeah. We're talking about the people who keep inviting us, So, back to the shows, to make a huge circle back, right? I feel like Bachelor was on like the shallow end. Mm-hmm. Okay. The I don't know if this is a bad word, but I've heard smutty. Is that, I don't know what that means, because we're doing words. So
how do you spell that?
I would think it's SMUTTY. So that would be like on the lower end, which anyway is gone because Chris Harrison's gone. But Master Chef, like huge fans of Gordon Ramsay. Okay, so Master Chef, ooh. Your eyes say it all. Oh no. Is this like the Annie Moon?
Yeah, it's yeah. Similar words that go with it is vulgar, dirty, rude, filthy, crude, offensive.
Okay.
Salacious.
Salacious. I do like that one.
Yeah.
It is salacious.
It's talking. It's of talk, writing, or pictures of obscene or lascivious nature.
Ooh. Yeah, that seems a bit harsh. Mm-hmm. For him. I think whoever made that comment really despises shows like The Bachelor.
And then it says opposite. Pure. I'm not even kidding. There's 4, 8. There's 37 words to describe it as similar, and 1 word to describe the opposite.
Wow. But on the other side, I was saying Hell's Kitchen, stuff like that.
There's another definition. It's not too bad. Do you want it?
Sure.
It says soiled or tainted.
I mean, the thing is, things can get a little raunchy with the girls in the house. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I can understand why that comment was made, but it seems a little bit over the top harsh, but...
Yeah, we're giving The Bachelor a lot for something that we don't watch anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
next.
But anyway, that's what we like to do. And then that's like the reality TV stuff that we watch, that we enjoy.
What did we miss? Hell's Kitchen, Master Chef, The Ultimate Fighter now. We've got Big Brother, Amazing Race.
Yeah, you don't really like Amazing Race. You can't count
Survivor.
that. Survivor.
We've got a pretty good
Well,
list
we
of shows.
used to watch Ink Master. I don't think they're bringing that back anymore, which is a shame. We really enjoyed that show. You know, a lot of people get canceled nowadays. You just have to be so careful.
Too easily. Anyways, let's talk about the championship rounds that you've had in the last 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're talking about Anatomy 2?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to toot your own horn, I'm here ready to go. All right?
I mean, you're super sweet to do that.
I'm like Dizzy Gillespie over here, ready to toot my horn.
I won't even ask you who that is.
You don't know who Dizzy Gillespie is?
Maybe.
You remember the guy I showed you?
It's a guy?
Dizzy Gillespie.
Dizzy sounds like a girl's name.
That's horrible.
No.
This is one of the...
That sounds like a super old, like it would be 1920s.
Yes, ma'am.
A girl name.
No. This guy was a famous trumpet player, jazz band, jazz amazingness. He's the one that has the horn that he bent. So when he plays, he's got like his trumpet is like pointing up.
Really?
Yeah, he dropped his trumpet one time and bent it and liked the sound, so he left it that way.
Wow.
Something so simple.
Wow.
But he's awesome.
How come you've never played any of his music?
I have. You just haven't noticed it.
Yeah. Apparently. Well, why were you mentioning him? Because you were ready to toot the horn.
All right, so I'm going to. All right, listen.
Are you cold?
This lady over here, sitting across from me, has taken a class that I never imagined she would slay. The way that she did.
That's like a young person word.
No.
I think there's like an age limit where you can't say that anymore. Or are you saying like slay the dragon?
Hold on. You know what you're doing?
What?
You are just taking all the focus off of what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry. Okay, go on.
That's horrible.
Be quiet.
Yes,
be quiet.
You need to be quiet. So she has taken and has done the most incredible thing over the last 4 weeks in Anatomy 2. So she passed Anatomy 1 with a B, right? We talked about that a couple weeks back.
Red stain on my life.
And when she started Anatomy 2, she's like, I've got this master plan that is going to get me through to the end of this month, and I will not have a B. Okay.
And I emailed my professor.
Yeah.
And I said that.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm going to get an A in your class.
Now, listen to this. This is the most crazy part. Not only did she get an A, but she got a... What's the percentage?
97. 97%.
That blows my mind. Okay? It's incredible to see what has transpired in our house in the last 4 weeks. I'm done.
I mean,
there's nothing more to say.
If anything,
you're amazing.
Thank you, Boogs. If anything, it just shows that with hard work, for real, anything is possible. People, I know that there's people who like to frown on that and say, you know, you can work all you want, but you're never going to be president of the United States. Why? Like, what makes you say that? You know, if you want it bad enough, I think you can be, you know? So just, you know, there were times that this is the interesting part is that there was all of this time in the beginning where I wanted it to be over.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, I was sad it was ending.
Well, the thing is that you had such a regimented,
Literally.
like, this was like military in here, and it's at the end of it you had it in such a groove that you weren't stressing for the test, you weren't
Hmm.
stressing for the presentations or the any nothing. It was just like,
So,
oh, I have it today.
so in the oral test, because Anatomy 1 had an oral, you have two oral tests, one for the lab and one for the class. And same for Anatomy 2. And for Anatomy 1, when I went for my lab oral, I went completely like peaceful. Okay. I think I kind of described it like a person who has just accepted that they're being marched to their death and you are going to go out with dignity and grace, right? And I know it sounds extreme, but that's what it felt like. It's a pass or fail. I'm going to die. There's nothing more I could do to prepare. With the lab tests, the oral test for this class, I made a huge mistake. Miss over prepared over here missed a page of the oral exam. Okay. And so every week I had stayed behind after the lab professor had dismissed us to ask her if she would mind me recording her pointing out to different parts that we needed to know, because it was divided into like all of the parts of the brain, all of the parts of the heart, all of the endocrine system, all of the urinary system, all of the digestive system, all of the senses, and all of their little, things that go with them. I missed the digestive system entirely. So I've gone to my very last lab. My next lab day is going to be the oral exam. And midweek, as I'm going through, I feel super confident with the heart, with the brain, with the senses. I'm feeling super confident. Plus, I have all these videos that I took of her pointing out exactly where it is, because on a model, it's very different than you looking it up online. It looks different. And all of a sudden I realize I don't have the digestive system. I never even saw the stomach laying around there. I have no idea where to point when I get that part. Okay. And I started scrambling. Okay. I started texting classmates who I knew had gone to the school that week to just do one more kind of, pass over the model. And they said, oh, yeah, we tried to record it, but we couldn't. I couldn't understand why. Okay. I tried to get a hold of my lab professor. She never responded to my emails. And then, it's like I start going through the videos that the classmates did take when they were there and pausing it when I would notice, hey, there's a part, an organ I never saw before. Look, that's the liver. Okay. And then I started forming an idea of what it looked like. And then I started Googling online where they sell that model to see if I could find the individual parts. So at least I didn't look like an idiot when I went up there and started pointing at all the different parts of the small intestine, And so like the way that I hustled to be able to do that, come lab exam day, I walked into that test ready. Give me anything in any order. I know where everything is.
Give me them all.
Give me them all. I finished my lab test so quickly that my professor was still standing there like waiting for me to continue. And I had to ask her if I missed anything because I had gone through my whole list. And she looked down at her paper and she was like, oh no, you're done. Sorry, that happens live,
Yep.
So anyway, I thought, for anybody who thinks it's too hard, it's not enough time, you cannot possibly memorize all of this stuff in just 3.5 weeks.
The amount of stuff
right?
that you've memorized is insane.
And that's the thing.
It's
And
just
it's
list and list and list and list of
so
stuff.
that just goes to show you, like, your brain and you as a person are capable of more than you think that you're capable of. And all you need is somebody to push you to that, right? And you also have to be willing, you know? So I have an old classmate of mine who's now going into anatomy this coming week, right? Anatomy 1, and she's freaking out, right? And I've sort of taken her under my wing, right? The way I wish someone would have told me, hey, you want to not be completely stressed out and crying every single day? Make yourself a
Do this.
schedule. Get detailed. Not give me the answers to stuff, but like prepare you, you know, because they really don't prepare you for that. And you know, you've had other classes which are 1 day a week, minimal homework, and then all of a sudden you go into anatomy. And I think it doesn't matter where you are, you know, what college you go to. Anatomy is anatomy, and anatomy is hard. Okay, it's hard stuff.
Well, it can't be easy because it's learning everything.
You know, right? And there's a lot of like chemical reactions, and like the body's a machine, and you're learning the motherboard of it, you know? So I have given her absolutely everything that I can think of to help her succeed. All of the YouTubers that I watched explaining stuff, apps that I used, you know, she even took Mr. Bones to borrow Mr. Bones, you know, for that. And a month ago, I told her, look, start memorizing the bones, you know, so she's had ample time to
Right,
get
to be able to go in
herself,
there.
because then, you know, I think what happens if you come into it prepared and not so stressed is that then you can
Well,
actually
look at the difference between Anatomy 1
100%.
and Anatomy 2.
100%, you know? So now you feel like I can actually soak in what the professor is saying and taking in stuff that they're saying without having to think, oh my God, I'm like 3 days behind on homework. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, you know, and then there were some people who didn't pass the class who felt like we got, you know, the things that we were assigned were easier than what they were assigned. And I know that it can seem that way when you feel overwhelmed and lost. And when somebody else makes it look easy, or they're very confident when they're doing something, it does make it seem like, well, they had it easy.
Well, it's easy to blame somebody else for your shortcomings.
And you're not going to get anywhere like that.
Yep.
You're not going to get anywhere like that, you know? So I can't believe that it's done. Like today, I was actually able to fold laundry and clean the house. And it's something I have not been able to do in 4 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. Thank God for Marta.
Hey, so I'm going to change the subject really quick.
Go for
You
it.
said something that people are probably going to be like, what was that? So you called me by a different name.
What?
You said Boogs.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
So people must be like, who's she talking to?
Aw.
So do you
Because
want
you're
to...
my boogly bear.
Mm-hmm. So where did that come from?
Well, so I want to say that it came from a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
I'm asking you because I want to see if you know.
no. And that's the thing is like, I cannot think about the name of the movie. It's the one with the deer.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I have Brother Bear in my mind. And I know it's not Brother Bear.
It's Open Season.
Open Season.
With what is it, Ashton Kutcher and...
Was it Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher was the deer, and the bear was Martin Lawrence.
No. Okay, I'm going to look this up right now.
So his name was Boogly, right? It was Boogly Bear.
I think so.
And
the thing
that one
is,
stuck.
You have always I have always associated if you have a spirit animal, it is a grizzly bear.
It is.
Okay. When I hug you, I feel like you give the best bear hugs. Like you snore like a bear. You look like a bear.
I'm tattooed with bears.
You're tattooed with bears. So,
Was that right?
Huh?
Was that right?
Oh, sorry. It's because my phone rang in the middle of all this stuff.
You got
And I
distracted.
was just texting our daughter.
Distractions.
Letting her know we're recording. Sorry. But anyway, yes. So Boogs is what I call you for short.
Well, was I right or no?
I'm looking. So Martin Lawrence is the deer.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. Let's see if I'm correct.
I'm 100%
Did you already
sure.
look this up?
No.
Oh.
I'm 100% sure that Ashton Kutcher is the deer, but I don't remember if
Ashton Kutcher is the deer.
Yes. And is it Martin Lawrence?
Yes.
It is.
Boog. Oh, I really do like that movie.
It was good.
It was
really
good.
good. My favorite
tried
part
to
is
make
when the deer acts like he's dead on top of the hood of the hunter's truck.
Yeah, but why?
I think he got knocked out.
Oh.
And then he wakes up.
Right.
And
the
just-
veterinarian or the wildlife officer saves.
starts. That's where all the chaos starts.
Yes, Shaw.
Look at that. You
Yes.
even remember the name?
No, I just saw it on IMDb.
That's
You literally just had me look.
Morty. Help me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
Anyways,
moving along, we bought.
Hold on,
okay,
wait. So
okay.
because you call me
Oh.
Boogly Bear or
Yes.
Boogs or whatever, right, in that vicinity, and associate me to a bear, I've put you on my phone as Honey Bear.
I know that.
So you're like a little honey pot.
I know. But you don't call me Honey Bear. You call me Hun.
Mm-hmm. It's short for honey pot.
I know. No, not Honey Pot.
For my
That's-
little honey pot.
Oh. See, this is where people are like, it's too much.
It's too
You guys
much.
are too much.
It's too much.
Um,
Okay, sorry. You were going. Go.
Yes. So, speaking of honey, I would like to find a place that sells local honey. Just as an FYI.
Robert is here.
Yeah. Robert is
He
here.
has a whole wall of local honey.
True. But I'm talking about like a place. You know, like, is his honey local? Yeah.
It's local, yeah.
Okay.
And I think Heritage Market also
I know
is
Heritage
gonna
Market
have.
has. I kind of wanted to find like a little stand somewhere.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody hearing knows anything, I love wildflower honey, orange blossom honey.
He has all that.
Okay, when are we going to go to Robert is here? Because I want lychees also, and he has lychees. So next weekend.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Y'all heard it here, folks. So you got to keep your word. What I was going to say is
Pending
this
the weather.
week there is a new addition at the Zamora household. And what is that? And what a story we have to tell you. If anybody thinks that we're good people, we are not good people.
Oh my
we are
goodness.
bad people.
I put a video up.
What? But we didn't tell the story.
I know, but it was in our story, so everyone got to see a sneak peek.
So we got, okay, so now we're going to unveil the sneak peek.
Yes.
For anyone who didn't see the story, like me.
Are we
who-
going to tell the story?
We are.
Oh
and
my
and you
goodness.
know what? This should be the poll. Do people agree that we had fair dibs, or did we do somebody dirty? Because I want to say fair dibs. Okay?
Okay.
I think it's a good poll. All right? So, if anyone did not watch the story because they don't have social media, like I do not have social media, then you don't know that we have a record player. How many years have we wanted a record player?
It's been a long time.
Forever. Do you remember the Finger Hut magazine? I think I already asked that in one of the episodes.
We
And you
talked
s-
about it.
And you said, yeah, it still comes here.
It does.
You must throw it away before I see it, probably. So
I do.
Wow. Wow. I used to get that magazine as a child, and I would like ear dog all of the pages.
Dog ear.
Yeah.
Not ear dog.
What did I say?
Ear dog.
Is it ear dog or dog ear?
It's dog ear.
Are you sure?
Doesn't matter. Keep going.
Okay. Anyway, all of the things that I imagined that I would have one day. I told you about how I loved going to Sears at Christmas time. They would take out the most beautiful things. They always had one of those things out. So for me, I've dreamt of this even before I knew you. Okay. And now we actually have our own. So you surprised me. We're going to Best Buy. I have no idea what on earth I could want at Best Buy, right? I hear you whispering to some guy, where is blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what did you ask for? Because you never whisper like that.
I said, where is the...
Exactly. And he was like, oh, over here, but there's only a couple left. And I'm like, what are you asking for? And you're completely ignoring me, right? So I'm trying to think, like, what are we looking for here? For a minute, I thought you were looking at a Blu-ray player. Because you mentioned to me not too long ago that our DVD player is crap.
It is crap.
Okay. But that's what I thought. Like, that's the only thing. We're around that area. Maybe that's what he's going to go look at. Maybe he wants an open box one. I don't know. Okay. So we walk over, and sure enough, there are 2 record players left. One of them looks modern, and the other one is exactly what we wanted. The old vintage look. Except that a young man is holding that box. And he's looking at it like he's like reading all of the specs and all that stuff. And now you and I are awkwardly standing behind him, kind of like trying to look at it as well. But it's kind of awkward because he's holding it, you know, so you don't want to like be in his space. And he like looks at us like, yes, can I help you? Even though he not once ever spoke to us, right? And I realize, we need to get him to release the box. We need to appear non-threatening. So I say, hey, look, the records. Let's look at the records. And I just start perusing through the records. I'm not really perusing. I'm just creating an ambiance of safety. Okay? Where are you in all of this? Helping my cause to be subtle? No.
Nope.
You're towering over him with your empty cart.
And my intimidation
caused
the next series of events.
Okay, so the kid puts the box at his feet.
He wasn't a kid.
He was a kid. The kid was probably 22 years old.
No.
Maybe even less, okay? And he puts the box at his feet, and he's texting. And as he's texting, he's on his toes, looking over the aisles, like, where is this person, right? Texting, nothing. And he keeps glancing back at us. Meanwhile, I'm just perusing through the things, like, it's
and
okay.
I'm standing behind him like a vulture.
In me, just trust in me. Where's that from?
I don't know.
Come on. It's from Jungle Book.
It is Jungle Book.
That's what the snake would do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I was not subtle like the
Baloo.
snake. I literally was just like trying to intimidate him.
You were like a tower behind him. I was like, Peter, please read the room. You've got to pretend. So the kid finally, okay, he's like, can't get his friend on the phone, right? He keeps glancing back at us, but I guess it was too much of an awkward box that he couldn't take it with him. So he gives one last look at us like, are you guys going to steal it from me? And I'm just like perusing still, right? And he puts it back, steps out into the aisle, gives one good look, takes a couple steps away from us. We're still not moving.
He stops, dramatically turns around. Looks at the box one more time.
I was sure he was going to say something about like, guys, please don't take it. Okay?
He looks at the box.
Mm-hmm.
He looks back at me, then the box, and backs away.
And then he disappears. Okay, and as soon as he's gone, I'm like,
Swoosh.
Peter, hurry! Put it in the cart, hurry! Okay, and what does Peter do?
Hey, listen, I'm not buying blindly.
No. You decide that is the moment, instead of throwing it into the cart, okay,
Yep.
and leaving before he comes back,
Yep.
okay, You decide you're going to pull out the other one and you're going to do a side by side comparison
Absolutely.
at that specific time.
Savage
That is
situation.
savage.
Well,
that is
listen,
savage. Okay.
I was
I'm-
shopping.
Yes, you were shopping. Okay.
I was.
Yes. Okay. So here, I'm just trying to leave. Okay. I do not even realize this, but all of a sudden, because they were on the floor, so I was kind of bent forward, looking at the box, and all I see is a cart and a pair of feet show up, and I'm like, oh my God, the kid went to grab a cart, and now we have reversed roles. Now he is behind us. Okay. Now looking at us, looking at the box, and in his mind, he's probably thinking, why did I leave the box? Okay. And right at that moment, that's the moment you choose to say, yep, this is the one we want. And you put it in the cart and we leave. I could not even look at that kid because I wanted to laugh so badly. Okay. Because I couldn't believe we got so lucky.
But you forgot a part.
What?
So-
When his friend arrived and he was like, hey, I
No.
just got your text.
When he left the cart, he ran real quick and grabbed another Best Buy employee. He came back and he's like, "Do you guys got any more of those?" and, and he pointed to the one in our cart. He pointed to the one in our cart.
And the guy was like, nope,
like,
that's it.
That's it, sir.
So the guy takes the other one, the one he did not want.
It was.
I don't feel bad about it.
Listen,
But I
the
think
way,
that there are people who would be like, oh, that's wrong. He had
Okay.
first dibs. So the question for the poll
the way.
really
Hold
is,
on. The way
who
I look
had
at
the
it.
right of way here?
Okay, the way I look at it, I saved him some money. The one that he took was cheaper.
Yeah, but it's the look.
Well, we win.
We
It
win.
sits in our living room.
Oh, my God.
And
that
plays
first
the
time
most
that needle
amazing-
hit that record, and you hear the little shh. Oh,
It
wow.
was- and our first record was Frank Sinatra.
It was. And we listened to that. And we danced to it too. Which I love it.
Yep. And now we
Now,
have
I
owned-
cannot wait. What is it we cannot wait for?
We actually cannot wait to go thrifting
Yes.
so that we can find some old
Oh my
records.
God.
'Cause the
I've already
records-
started looking in Georgia.
So the records nowadays, they're LPs. So they're made
What
like
does LP stand for?
longer play. So it's not like the old
A song.
records.
Which was just a song.
Right. The old records used to just only have,
Don't
4 or
dog me
5
around.
songs. 4 or 5 songs on one side and 4 or 5 songs on the other, whatever. And that was it. And they were, a lot more fragile, that kind of stuff. But now they make them, different. So you get good quality sound coming out of these records. So that's what we have so far. But we are like, I'm dying to hear that scratchiness old record. So that'll be fun when we find one.
So much fun. So, it is 4th of July this weekend.
It is.
And it's such a perfect time, I feel, for our for it to be, right? Because I feel like celebrating accomplishments, right? Celebrating America's birthday. And Mike is coming down. So we get to have a good old fashioned family barbecue, right? And some fireworks. Our neighbor, I don't know what our neighbor does, but our neighbor shows up with a white van, like the work white van, right? Filled from floor to ceiling. He has no chairs in that van. It's floor to ceiling fireworks.
Yep.
That goes on.
We just have to go and sit in our front yard.
Literally
and
just
it
sit there,
is-
and it's on top of
Yeah,
us.
it's
So we
the
have
best.
front row seats at Disney.
It is. It's the absolute best.
But I mean, before we end the show, I wanted to Oh, hello, son. You are live on the This and That chat.
Am I actually?
Yes.
Oh, then let me step out. Let me step outside.
Okay.
Okay, hello.
To the world.
Yes, I am the sun.
Hello, son.
Hello.
So we're calling because it's 4th of July this weekend. Okay.
Okay.
And, people are going to be doing fireworks. And obviously, we want people to be safe with their fireworks and their celebration. But there is a story that you have told us that when you were little, fireworks flew at you and burned a hole in your shirt.
Listen, it was because it was crappy fireworks that you guys like. No offense, okay, but those little rockets were so freaking dangerous. And you let me and Nikki going out there, lighting them up in the little street and different stuff like that. And I remember one of those. We planted in the ground. We went to go light it. It didn't light, so I walked up to it and it shot up into my shirt. Remember, I had those little like Spider-Man pajama type things. Burned a hole in the side. Scared that I don't know what I can say, but me as a child.
Okay, hold on. Is this the time that we came back from?
Oh, yeah, I can't say that.
This is the time that we came back from Sarasota, and we had all those fireworks, and we went to Marmy and Pappy's house and almost blew everybody up.
No, that one was the other one. That was
He says bent tree.
Little mortar fireworks it was put in backwards in the little tube.
Okay, and
it exploded.
Wait a minute, and you said that you were on fire for a minute.
I was not on fire. I got burned.
Wait, where did you get burned?
On my side. You don't remember?
No, I never
tended to
remembered
my
that.
wound.
This is why. Who treated your wound?
You did. You brought me inside.
I do not
You
remember this at all. This is why we called you, because I was going to tell that story and I wanted them to hear it from you first, because I don't remember that ever happening. I don't remember any of my children ever being injured by a firework.
Oh my god.
So
it literally burned a hole in the side of the shirt I was wearing.
goodness.
And I remember because
I don't remember.
pajamas,
I don't remember it either.
and I had to throw them away.
Oh, and he did love Spider-Man so much.
He did.
And this was at Bent Tree, right?
Yeah. Oh, that I didn't know if I could say that.
Oh yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, no. This was in front of Bentry.
So
Yeah, I don't.
Sure, we didn't have a lot of fireworks, but there was a sale on those, if I remember correctly.
we
And we got a bunch of them, and half of them didn't even. Remember, half of them didn't even light,
wow.
let alone like fly. It was like a ground sparkler, and then they just kind of popped.
Wow. So, but I mean, one of them malfunctioned, and apparently, I mean, I just wanted to tell that story because I don't remember it, and I feel like, especially as a mom, I would remember that. You know, that would be like, oh my God, this is so dangerous. But I don't remember that at all.
I was talking to Papi the other day about it, actually. So.
Well,
If
this
you
year,
remember it, then it happened. So.
Well, this year we'll just be spectating. So unless something comes at you directly, you won't be catching fire this year.
Are we gonna do the Roman candle again?
No, we're literally going to watch our neighbor do all the fireworks. We're gonna enjoy.
Okay, I feel like your podcast should also benefit from the story of how we almost watched our neighbor blow up his dog last year. Do you guys remember that?
Go for it. Go.
He had this little like makeshift firing platform, I guess, for like those little mortar, like the big fireworks, the big one. And he just lit a bunch of them, threw them in there, and his dog, completely unsupervised, just runs out of nowhere and tries to pick it up like it's a toy or something and run off with it. And nobody stopped him. The dog ran all the way up to it, and then everything started going off, and immediately hit the ground and just started running.
They came bounding over.
Yeah. Listen. All right, we will definitely have a show. whether it's in the sky or in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
For sure.
Oh man, I can't wait because I really hope one of them doesn't go up and it just kind of.
Oh wow.
Because I remember that happened at Mermaid and Poppy's house when they lived down here.
I'm
Remember
sure everybody
that one
has.
is, like, it flew up and then everyone started running.
Well, we put it in.
And exploded.
We put it in backwards in the mortar.
No,
Accidentally.
That was a different time. I'm talking about the other one, the one where Pappy had set up his own makeshift PVC tube to shoot things up from.
Right? No. That's the reason. The reason why we had to make the makeshift one was because the one tube that we had, we put in the firework backwards and blew it up. So then we went around the yard.
The shed they had them at.
We were looking for whatever fit the mortar, and we used a PVC pipe.
Which people do not do that.
You don't remember, like, it flew up like a good, 12, 15 feet?
Yeah, and it landed.
Hit the ground before it exploded again.
It literally landed right in the middle of where everybody was sitting.
Yep.
Just running.
And that thing started exploding and popping all over the place. It was a mess.
Oh, man.
It was cool, but...
Yeah.
It's
a
dangerous.
good. Everyone survived, so it was a
And
good
nobody
story
got
to
burned.
tell. Yeah.
So it's a good story.
Still, actually, speaking of fireworks explosion, in case anybody was interested in looking this up, in California right now, they seized two tons of illegal fireworks, and in the middle of the street, it exploded.
Really?
There was 9 people injured. Bunch of property and car damage and everything like that. It was really bad.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be something that would happen on our street.
Yes, or to us.
Oh yeah, no. Somebody, my cousin bringing everything.
Yeah, we got it real cheap on the corner. It's good. It's good.
It's legal.
It's legal. He said you buy one you get 2 free.
As long as you keep the tape on it, it's legal.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You light it, you run. All right, son.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for having me on.
Yep, it was fun. Love you, son. We'll see you tomorrow.
Love you too. Love you too. Bye.
Bye. And so, with that, we say, have fun on your 4th of July celebration. Okay, we are going to be having pulled pork special smash burgers that only Peter knows how to make.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It's very good.
You should enter a competition with it.
I like it a lot.
Oh, my God, with special sauce,
Delicious.
onion rings,
Uh-huh.
avocado.
Keep talking.
I don't like that voice at all. Oh, my God. Provolone and Munster cheese.
Keep going.
Oh, my God.
I like it a lot.
You sound like Milton.
Give me some more.
From Office Space.
Put it,
one of our favorite movies.
Build it. Put it on top of the other.
Okay, anyway.
This is how you build it. You put the bun.
Stop.
After the bun, you put the cheese.
And bacon.
Oh, the bacon. You put the bun. You put the cheese. You put the burger. Then you put the pulled pork. Then you put more cheese. Then you put the... I forgot the avocado. There's a lot of food. It's yummy.
Oh, and the fried egg.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Yeah, you all can be
Yummy.
jealous. But make your own barbecue special.
Enjoy.
Enjoy it. Be safe. But enjoy it. Enjoy the heck out of it.
Yes.
And we will see you next week.
We will. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
Happy 4th of July.